All right, the first question you should always ask yourself when you're factoring is, can I take out something that's in common between both? Do you see something that's in common between both terms?
Y.
A y, but not just a y, many y's. How many y's? 2, y squared. So I'm going to take a y squared out and put it out front. And what's left if I take a y squared out of 9y to the 5th? 9y to the 3rd. Think about it like I'm dividing it out. It's not 5 divided by 2. It's 5 minus 2. I'm getting rid of 2 of the y's. Plus? 1. Okay. Ta-da! We did it. That's the first type of factoring. See what you can take out. And that's always the first thing you should do. Always check first, is there something in common that I can take out of everything? Because it usually makes the problem a lot easier. We okay so far? Everybody with me and alive? Yeah. Great. Let's try again. Again. 6x squared t plus 8xt minus 12t. All right, I'm going to do this one again. What's in common between all of them? A t and?
2.
A 2. Because a 2 goes into 6, 8, and 12. Is there an x in all of them? No, then you can't pull that out. So a 2 goes out front, and a t, we said, goes out front. Remember, you're dividing. 6 divided by 2 is 3, x squared plus 8x minus 6.
You mean 4x? Yeah, 4x.
Whoa! Gustavo, did you say it first? Before 1,000 people said it? You think you said it first? Are you saying you said it first because you want that prize, or because you did say it first?
I already got a prize, so you can figure it.
I don't know, I was thinking about it before you said it.
All right, Kaylee, go for it. You're the one who gets the prize for calling me out. Do you want an I-winner sign?
Yeah.
It's a bad day for me.
Actually, wait.
How bad are we going to feel when I make 1,000 mistakes today? Eventually, you guys are going to be like, Miss Nussbaum, like, it's okay, but, like, you are doing it wrong.
How many of these? Wait, do you draw something?
15.
If you get 15, yeah, I'm making something. Or you can have a dinosaur, or you can have a mint that tastes like frosting.
Which one, the dinosaur?
Yeah, the dinosaurs taste like frosting. You gotta chew on it really hard to find it, though. When you factor like this, it's like Chinese food. You have takeout, and then you have leftovers. Okay, so the takeout goes on the outside, and the leftovers stay on the inside. How are we feeling so far about factoring? Not that bad. Okay, now let's do these. X squared plus 2x minus 24. This is the second type of factoring. There are 5 different types. Today we're doing 3. This is the second type of factoring. Why doesn't the first thing we do work on this one?
There's no common.
Nothing in common. There's like an x that's in common in the first 2, and then like what, a 2 in the second 2, but like nothing of all of them. This is a problem that I like to do with x's, and then I tried to get Mrs. Sicking to do with x's, and it took a long time to convince her, but I think she taught you this way.
Yeah.
Yes. This end value goes on top, that negative 24. On the bottom goes that middle value of 2. We're trying to think of 2 numbers that multiply to get negative 24, but add to get 2.
I don't know.
Do you remember this?
Negative 4 and 6.
Negative 4 and 6. Because negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2. Your final answer is parentheses x minus 4, parentheses x plus 6. This is called the factored form. This is factored, and this is multiplied up here. So if I multiplied that out, if I put this in a box, I'd end up with that first one. So factoring is like breaking it apart, and multiplication is like boxing it and putting it together. We okay? Are you sure? You look wary. No, we're not okay. We're not. Let's try again. Same process. Y squared minus 16y plus 48. You know that this is going to be an x problem because there's 3 terms and you can't take anything out. What number goes on top?
48.
48. How do you know 48 goes on top? It's not always the last thing. When you said C, yeah, I see what you're talking about, like the quadratic formula kind of C. But yes, there's no variable, the number without the variable. And remember, if there's a minus there, that goes with it, the negative. Down here's negative 16. We're looking for 2 things. Multiply to get 48.
And
Negative 12, 4. Negative 12, negative 4.
Negative 12, negative 4.
yes.
Okay, here's the thing. Whenever we do these problems, there's always a couple smart Alecs in the room, like Gustavo, who immediately have a good answer because he's smart. Great job. But for the rest of us, who are sitting here and not as fast as he is with this specific kind of problem, it's like, well, how would I possibly know that? So how would you possibly know that? Where would you start? Would you start with figuring out things that multiply to get 48 or things that add to get negative 16? Always. The answer is an actual answer there. If you're like, ooh, this is a preference, it's not. Pick 48. Pick the multiplying one. Because name 2 things that add up to get negative 16, guys.
0 plus 16.
0 plus negative 16. What else?
1 plus
1 and negative 17. What else? 2 and negative 18, 3 and negative 19, 4 and negative 20. We can keep going on to an infinite amount of things. You would die before you write out the list. However, 48, as long as we're using whole numbers, we can make that list. That's going to be what? We got 12 and 4. We got 1 and 48. I realize these are going to be negative, but I'm not doing that yet. 2 and 24. 3 and 16. 4, 12, 5, no, 6, 8. And that's it. That's all the things that make 48. And then we know they're both going to be negative because 2 negatives multiply to get a positive and 2 negatives add to get a negative. And then I would just look and see which ones here add up to 16. So if you're looking at these problems and thinking, I don't know how to figure this out, there is a process where you can follow it and always get it right. Make sure that your factored form has y's in it and not x's. Okay. We're going to do 2 more practice problems. These are both going to be done with your partner. You want to win prizes for them? Because why not? Yeah?
Yeah.
Y squared. Nope. I just did that one. Well, I'll just keep the y squared so you don't have to erase. Minus 11y minus 12, and then we'll do w squared minus 17w plus 30. All right. Try those 2 with your partner, please. Talk to each other. If there's nobody in line for the copier and there's nothing still coming out, it's 4 times.
You just want 2?
Well, your class period's about to end, so
I know, but do you want me to just do 2 at a time, or you want me to do 3?
let's do 3.
Hold on. That is.
Wait, isn't it 12?
What is it, something?
Wait, no, never mind.
Almost literally, it's 12 and a half. Yeah. That makes sense. It's 11 and 4.
Because 12 with negative 1. It was negative 12. Negative.
No. It's 12 and 1.
But no. Let's go negative 5.
Negative 12, negative 12, and 1.